What's going on, everybody? I don't even know how many. We've done low key a decent amount of episodes so far.
Yeah, I mean, sports starting up is pretty easy to come up with content, I feel.
We're gonna have a lot more where that came from too. When you think about NBA, NHL starting, NFL as it gets closer into as the weeks go on, getting closer and closer to playoff seeding, things like that.
Mm.
It's definitely a fun time. But we got a lot to discuss. I guess we're gonna start off with Jrue Holiday. Funny enough, did we post? Wait, I'm trying to think. No, it was the Dame.
The
It was Dame we were talking about.
hmm
Because
Yeah.
I was like, we just did a podcast on basketball. I remember that. But damn, yeah, that was literally happened like within a day of each other.
Yep, and we were discussing the possibility of Jrue coming to the Celtics, and you said, and I quote, "It's not gonna happen."
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
I know why.
yeah,
Because Brad Stevens said, but
I
I
mean,
just think that's so funny.
when our GM says, "Hey, we're not going for him," I was like, "All right, I guess we're not going for him." I mean, to me, I will say this, and I don't know if I said this in the conversation, but I've said it off air. Like, I was I was confused as to why he wasn't going to go after Jrue because I thought Jrue made perfect sense for what we were trying to do, but he said we weren't, so I was like, okay, whatever. So I guess maybe we want to start with I know me and Joe, I think we may have different feelings on this whole ordeal. So I'm gonna let you take the floor first if you want.
And I do a complete, and I do mean complete detour. Do you know that meme where the guy goes, "Woo!" Like that's what I've been waiting for, the guy with the long hair?
Uh-huh.
Your white t-shirt, your color scheme on your wall, the way you're sitting in your chair, you look like you're in position to do that. I don't want to give my opinion first. I don't want you to give your opinion first. I have a comment here from Connor about the trade. By the way,
Shout out
we're
to
all
Connor.
Celtics fans.
Was with the did the divine not divine did the circles tier list
Yep,
review.
yep. So our buddy Connor, I called him about it, and he was very, very upset. And when I told him about this, he said he couldn't be here today. So I said, "Do you have anything you want me to say to Mike or to the podcast viewers?" And he just said, "Absolutely no comment."
Okay.
So I feel so similar. I mean,
Now wait, you
look,
just told me that you wanted me to go. Are you going now, or what do you?
I'm going. I That was a lead into me having something from Connor here.
Okay.
I just look, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I don't know too much about the league, but if you discuss every player that we gained or lost this offseason, so we're talking about Smart, we're talking about Grant, we're talking about Porzingis, Jrue. The top two players are obviously Porzingis and Jrue, right? Like we're not trying to I'm not trying to make stuff up here when I say I'm unhappy with what the Celtics did. Obviously, I understand that they're upgrades over Rob Williams and Marcus. It's just I think we lost too much. And that might just be the NHL fan in me, where depth in NHL is so vital. Because if your top player isn't doing well one night, hell, one of your bottom players could score 2 goals. And obviously, like 2 goals is all that really matters. So having depth players that from time to time score 2 goals is really important. So for me, I like depth. Having depth players like Grant Williams that could just randomly come up one game and do well is fantastic. Depth players like Malcolm Brogdon who can just come in one game and do whatever he does is fantastic. So
Right.
I mean, if we're talking like Smart out, Porzingis in, and like Jrue in and Rob Williams out, like I I hate to see them go, but like it's whatever. But I just feel like we lost more key pieces than gained this offseason. And not saying that like the pieces we gained, or I'm sorry, the pieces that we lost, like their skill level surmounts or like is equal to the players that we gained. But I just feel like we have less bench now, less room for our studs to have an off night. You know, I feel like we're gonna have a worse record. Not by too much, but I think we're gonna have a worse record. What do you think?
I'll start out with I can understand exactly why you think that way. I don't think that's a stupid thought at all.
Mm.
And it's also a possibility, right? Like again, this is one of the things I've said to you, like it's a very high risk, high reward. In media yesterday, basically the only thing Brad Stevens and Joe Mazzulla have said was, we're just trying to win a freaking championship. We are
Yeah.
legitimately not interested in any, we don't care about our families. We don't care about like they have made it abundantly clear, like, hey, we're going all in for a championship, right?
Mm.
Now, let me just break down a couple points here. To your point about our losing depth, right? You can argue that. However, I'm gonna make this is a prediction. I think because think about in 2022, Grant Williams, Derek White, Brogdon wasn't there yet, but Grant Williams and Derek White, right?
Are you talking? Wait, time out real quick. Are you talking about the playoffs?
No. I'm just talking about the year in general.
Well, What do you mean? What do you mean Brogdon wasn't here yet?
2022, the 21-22 season. Brogdon didn't come till last year.
See, you said 2022. I thought you were talking like the fall. You said 2022. You didn't say 21 to 22. That's why.
Well, that's called like the 22 season. That's what they call it. And then the next year it'll be the 23. But
Oh,
anyways,
okay,
I
okay.
mean the season
Anyways,
starts in October at the end of the year. But anyways, so Grant Williams and Derek White. We got Derek White at the trade deadline in 2022. Um, let's be honest. Who who were they?
yeah,
My point is the structure of this organization works. So and again, this is another part of taking the risk. So I think when you look at guys like JD Davison, for example, we still
mm,
have Pritchard, and I know, whatever. Jordan Walsh, we got Stewart, we got that one guy from the Clippers. I have no doubt in my mind that those guys, if need be, can step up, because just watching the Celtics all these years, we've made very smart decisions and picked up players that you wouldn't think were anybody. I mean, look at Derek White now is like being talked about as like one of the stars on the Celtics team. I know you love that. You love Derek White. You were hot.
my boy.
Joe, you were saying Derek White over Marcus Smart for a long time.
Oh, that was a joke. Don't
No,
say that to the.
no. But realistically, looking at our team now, Derek White is a better fit than Marcus Smart would be right now at this current moment. He would be when you look at our team, because Jrue Holiday, although not as great as a defender as Marcus Smart, can do just about that and is great on offense. Derek White provides us more offense, better shooting, and he was first team all defense last year. So it's like now when you look at it, it's like, well, okay, on that end, I see what you're talking about. Now, the only thing that I really can't defend on this is when it comes to all of our big men, yeah, like we don't have that much depth. But if you look at the league today, in general, it doesn't have that much depth in general. Like it doesn't. I mean, look, I know Giannis, right? I get it, Giannis. But I
I was
still
about to say Giannis. That's who
but
we need to compete with right
but
now.
but who is Giannis's kryptonite? Al motherfucking Horford, baby. I don't care. That 2022 playoff season, I still remember. But no, I'm kidding. But anyways, like so I guess my point is like we're gonna see. Like it's what scares me a lot is it's like this is kind of do or die here. Like we're like this is either going to put us over the hump or we're going to be worse off than we were. Like that's genuinely how I feel. Like I don't see it going any other direction. And it's scary to think about. So like I think you're looking at it from the one perspective of, well, what if this might come back to haunt us? And then I'm looking at it in the other perspective of, yeah, but this might benefit us. So either one of us is going to be right. I
Yeah.
think we both hope I'm right, but like, you know, I don't know. It
Mm.
does scare me. Porzingis. Obviously, he has struggled at points in his career with injuries, and the Celtics don't have the greatest luck when it comes to that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, I don't know, man. And then there's another part of it, like the emotional aspect. Of course, I get it, but I mean, hey, I watched Ray Allen leave, man. That was one of the hardest things ever. He was my favorite basketball player. So I mean, I get it. I get it. It's tough, but I I think that with the way Missoula wants to coach this year, this is the best fit team for that. Had we had Udoka, I wouldn't have liked this team personally.
Do you think that the window for this team is a year, 2 years, or longer?
No, no, I think as long as we have Tatum and Brown, we always have a shot. So like I won't
Mhm.
do that. Um, but it'll definitely look away if we like go out in like the second round this year or something. Like that'll
I
definitely
I
change.
really
Back,
I really want to win Horford a ring, man. I so
Oh yeah,
so my window is 2 years, really, or however long he's with us.
that's fair.
But I guess the last question on the topic that I have for you is, so okay, let's talk about this real quick. Where it's you got Jrue kind of replace is a tough word, but there's really no other word for it. Replacing Marcus Smart. You got Porzingis replacing Rob Williams. Who do you have from our bench replacing Brogdon, and who do you have replacing Grant? I mean, I could
Well,
I
hold
could
on,
see
hold on,
I could see
hold on,
Pritchard for Grant, but that is
hold
such
on,
a
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I think either Jrue or Derek White is going to be coming off the bench.
really.
Well, let me just think about this. You got Horford, Tatum, Brown, Horford,
Porzingis.
Porzingis, and then either Jrue Holiday or Derek White. So we're gonna have another quality sixth man.
Why are we starting Horford over Derek White or Drew Holiday?
Oh well, this isn't me. I'm just assuming. I'm assuming that for us because especially with who we play in the East a lot, like I'm assuming we're gonna do that for size. But I could be
Hmm.
wrong, and in that case, then it would be Horford coming off the bench. I could be completely wrong, but I would
I
be.
would definitely put Horford. Dude, I mean,
No, you need that.
not
No,
that he.
listen, 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 listen. You need that spark coming off the bench. Like you need that guard to come off of that with a spark. I'm telling you, it's arguably more important than having one of them start. It is more important, actually.
It's it's not about them being on the bench. It's about Horford having too many minutes. I mean, you wouldn't see it from watching him, but the guy's old. The guy's getting up there.
But just because he starts doesn't mean he's going to play more minutes than the other two. You got to take that into consideration. Like,
Okay,
like
okay.
at the end of the game, Horford probably won't be in at the end of the game if it's in like a clutch time situation. So,
Mhm.
um, but I think they're gonna. I would imagine they're still probably working on that. They probably still don't know what they're gonna do with that. It might depend on who we play that night. Um,
I would definitely get Derek White off the bench. Derek White. I mean, I don't know these days because Derek White, when he would come off the bench and just light suckers up, it would just be the most like you wouldn't expect it. It would be like, oh,
it
Derek
would
White's
it
coming,
would
and then he just came in and did that. Now people kind of expect it.
yeah, but regardless, like you still have someone like it like because I'm telling you, man, like a lot of times, like if you start off slow, like if you start off a little slow, whatever, you bring a guy like Derek White or Jrue Holiday in from off the bench, like that's a spark, man. That is a spark. I still have some faith in Pritchard, and clearly the Celtics organization does too. Um, I think Hauser's still going to be good for us. I think JD Davidson is. I think they've been prepping that kid, and I think he's going to have his Derek White season this year. I really do. I'm very high on that.
Derek White season. We love the
Yeah,
analogy.
yeah. I really do. I really can see it. You know,
Hmm.
but
Which one is the bald guy? That's Walsh, right?
yeah, yeah.
So JD David. So he's gonna. You so you think he's gonna be on the bench this year?
Oh yeah, he definitely will be.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't. You see, I don't know how it really works. And so our G League, what is it? It's like the main Celtics, right? Like, is there anyone notable up there?
Um, no, but JD Davidson has probably been trying to think. He's probably been playing in there for a couple years now, probably about 2 to 3 years. So like, I just think that they've been really prepping him, you know. Um,
Right.
so, but yeah, I
Right.
mean, it's gonna go either way though. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So, I guess comment your thoughts about the trade, whether or not you think the Celtics are gonna have a better or worse record or a better or worse off it. All right, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the other crap you do, and check out more of our content. And hopefully you enjoyed. See you around.
Sir.